Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying again the Captain Sim TriStar, and we are however not flying British Airways, we are flying Hawaiian Air, and we are now in the US. And those of you with a keen eye will immediately have seen that we are in Portland, KPDX, and well, you wouldn't know where we were flying, maybe based on the YouTube title, but we are flying to Seattle. And this is actually also a real flight that has taken place. I'm gonna see if I can find my flight sim dispatch. So this is the first leg of a two-leg flight. I guess they picked up some passengers in Portland, then fly to Seattle, and then go to Honolulu. And we're just gonna do the first flight. It's a very short flight, 35 minutes. We're not gonna get up high at all, 16,000 feet, give or take. Let's check also that we have that right in parity to see. Yep, 16,000 feet. And we're flying with the N763BE aircraft. And if I'm not mistaken, this is exactly that one, 763BE. So I thought it was too cool of an opportunity to pass up. And yeah, this is a flight in the summer, I think, of 1987. I think, and I went to Wikipedia for this. So what happened in 1987? Not too much, it seems like. But miniskirts became very popular apparently. And there was some Chadian-Libyan conflict. British Airways privatized. There were some Nobel Prizes, none that I can pinpoint who those were. And what else? Anything? Oh, Usyk, the boxer from Ukraine, was born, for example. So yeah, a lot of things happened in 1987. Here's a picture supposedly to characterize how it would have looked back then. I like this lot. I guess this is a, oh, let me see, Northwest Airlines flight or some crash, etc. Okay, yeah, let's try to stay positive. But yeah, we have gotten the, what's it called, the jetway that's attached to us. We haven't started the boarding yet. We have a nice Delta Airlines Boeing 737 here to our right. We're actually going to use the V1 gauge because I think it should work, so hopefully this will give us some V speeds, etc. Let's see. But first off, or first things first, is just getting the right data. So we need to put the right block fuel. I'm not sure this one really takes into consideration it's a two-legged flight, but at least for this one legged journey, we'll put in our data, and it looks like we are a bit less heavy than we were last time we were flying. So let's load in the data, and we can also check that it's loaded in. It's always good to double check, and we can see that it has loaded in. So let's jump into the cockpit, and we can start with the most basic of all, the battery. We also need to actually ask for ground power because we won't be able to put on the parking brakes without that. So let's get the ground power, and I think that's usually enough. So we just put that to on, and then we just put these on so we can, I guess it's for the hydraulics, right? So we get the brakes, and now we have the brakes, and we can request, for example, GPU. Let's just do that one, and I think we can start the general boarding. So we are, and actually before we do that, we might want to go to standby actually on these, so we can put in our waypoint, and then after that, once that started aligning, we can do the rest. So we'll do north 45 35 5. That's the north one. Oh, and I forgot to remote the connect, but they seem to be one, so I don't think it matters, to be honest. So that's the north one, and then we have west, and this seems to be very far west. We're actually having 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 6, so we'll do 8. So we'll insert that, and now we can get this one to align. And I think that means it's on a line now. So now we can actually get the boarding started, and we just want this one open. We're just doing that. We're doing the same altitude as our last flight. So we're doing very short hops now, but I feel that's fine. Sometimes it's just fun to fly these shorter flights where it's more things happening, and you can then have time for other stuff if you want to do another flight. Let's check. We don't seem to have any Hawaiian boarding. I do hope though we have the safety for Hawaiian. We do, but I guess for the boarding we'll just do the generic one. For the safety we can do Hawaiian, of course. So we are doing Hawaiian. We'll start that. We'll also request the boarding. We have the GPU down there. I need to check where it's supposed to be placed. I wonder how the GSX is set up, because that one came a bit from nowhere. Those were a bit... I thought I had a GSX set up for this airport, but it just doesn't seem like it's placed in any good way. No matter what, right? But this is a really nice airport. I think this is Flight Beam, right? Not sure if it's actual Flight Beam over there, just a distributor. And then we're flying to the Druzheveki, Seattle, Tacoma. I actually wanted to do this flight the other way around, but oh well. We're flying also the wrong time. This flight would be usually very early morning, but I thought it doesn't really matter if it's day anyway. It's more if it's like dusk or super early morning, like 7 o'clock, then it might be a bit cool. But these during like kind of the regular day, it's not that interesting. Okay, so we have the alignment process going on. We can put the position lights on. Let's also have a look at the V1 gauge. I'll move this one into sight. And let me see. So maneuvering speeds. So I guess this one will be kind of automatically selected once we don't really have any fuel used. So this is just optimum. We'll get this info once I think we have set everything. And let me see, I'm doing the trim, but we're not really getting any. Okay, here's the... Let's see what they suggest, right? I think that's how it works. We have the same one for the Milvis. Okay, and we have the boarding process starting. Look at those beautiful Rolls-Royce engines. I mean, this was a technical marvel when it came out, the Lockheed TriStar. And we have the passengers boarding. Doesn't seem like we have any visual passengers though, so that's a bit odd. Could be that I moved the jetway before the GSX, but let's not be bummed out by that. Let's put in our info for the actual flight. We have only 2 waypoints, or 3 actually, Cougar, Krieg and Seattle. So waypoint number 1 is Cougar, so that's 46055, insert. Then we have west, 122, 40 at 6, insert. Then we have Krieg, which is also a north, 46192, insert. And then we have west, 122433, insert. And then we have Seattle Tacoma, so north, 47270, insert. West, 122187. insert. And there we go. So very kind of quick. We can leave it on this so we know when to go to nav mode. We can now also do our pilot to ADC setup. So we'll connect to the sim. And let's see, this I'm a bit worried about. I'm hoping they don't give us a star. I really hope they just vector us in. But as we know, they have been pretty bad. So I'm thinking, if we get to this point, I might just do it myself, right? So we have a fun flight not ruined by ATC. That doesn't understand that we can't fly stars and SIDS, even though I put that option
At 3
in.
knots, visibility 10 miles.
Well, let's see.
2,500 few clouds, 5,000 scattered. Temperature 8, dew point 6. Current altimeter is 3026. Arriving and departing runway 28 left, 28 right.
26, and we're not going
Portland
to be
International
changing
Airport
this one to
information
standard
Foxtrot.
because we're not going above
11:53 local winds
18,000.
274 at 3 knots. Visibility 10 miles. 2,500 few clouds. 5,000 scattered. Temperature 8.
There we go.
2.6. Current altimeter is 3026.
I can switch that. So we get IFR clearance. Hawaiian 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Let's see what they give us.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy is cleared to Kilo Sierra Equal flying via the PTLD to
So
departure.
6,000 feet.
Expect departure runway to it left. Flying to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure.
4.
Portland departure on 1 to 4.35. Squawk 4224.
Hawaiian 4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha climb via the PTLD 2
that
departure, then is
in.
filed. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2
We can
minutes
put
after
those
departure.
down.
Portland departure on 124.35. Squawk
Let's try to avoid
4224.
getting the alpha floor warning, even though I do
Hawaiian
manage to
4003
get that
heavy
almost every time I fly this
altimeter
aircraft.
3026 contact Portland ground on 121.9er when ready for pushback. Enjoy your morning.
Okay, since we have some
Altimeter
extra time,
3026 ground on 121.9er
GSX boarding is completed though. So that was really quick actually. Oh, and I forgot to open the cargoes. Didn't really matter though, I guess.
And Delta 2698 south southwest as you join behind him, powers on 125.32.
Okay, those seem to work. I guess we don't have any sound for those, but the tests do work. 3026, so about that. We won't be flying high at all, so we can just go to the lowest setting on this one. Like that. And then we do this one, 3026. And yeah, let's soon prepare the APU. We're now at 15, so it's very soon aligned. Let's expedite boarding.
We'll see what we can do.
6 minutes left.
No promises.
We do want to sync these flight directors.
Gentlemen, I would love to welcome you aboard our flight.
We want to go with FMS to begin with.
The larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place
We
all of your
can
items in the
undock
overhead
that
bin.
one.
If you have any trouble finding a location for your
We need to close the door also.
after you put your carry-on
Let's
items
see.
in the overhead bin
We're now at 15 still. I just want to wait before I put on the APU. I don't think it would affect it though. I don't think it even does that on the DC-8, which I guess doesn't have APU though, so that might make sense. Okay, 05.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions.
We'll go to nav.
If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Feel free to use
Sucks that
your
you can't
cell
use
phone
both
during
of
your
them
boarding process,
separately, but
we do
oh well.
ask that laptops,
Could be worse.
tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are
We will put the master on. We'll start the APU, which is somewhere at the back. We are taking off from runway 28 left. So it's quite a long taxi. Not too bad, but not the fastest either. Hawaiian 4003 heavy, ready to push back. God damn it. God damn it. I got that wrong. I was almost going to say ready for taxi. Let's ask again. Hawaiian 4003 heavy, ready for pushback.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy pushback approved.
Pushback approved Hawaiian 4003
Okay, we have that one on. We can go with the APU bleed. These goes off. These go off. And the last step is that that one goes off. And now you see the auxiliary one is working. We can do the galley ones. Let's ask. Oh yeah, we need to do this again. Okay, we can have those buses. Okay, we need to set parking brakes. Okay, that's enough. We can have one of those. Yeah, we can't have too many on the APU. Seems like we're overloading the... We can dismiss the GPU. So we'll have the GSX come pick it up. And we can ask for pushback. We can put on the collision lights. So we can see that blinking there. Anything else? Side windows. We can keep those on. The heating of those. And we are on FMS, right? So that's good. ONS is only if you have your own tool. So let's say you want to use the GTN or something like that. I think you could probably incorporate it.
Hello, Captain.
Maybe in the cockpit somehow. But don't take my word for that. Okay, they're ready for pushback. Actually, no smoking and seatbelt signs should be on. 2 minutes left.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, so let's see, it's gonna take a while. As you can see, this one takes some of the more heavier ones, A310, but not really any of those really big 777, etc. It's a bit surprising since this is a heavy gate, or at least it said so in the sim. Ooh, look at that, coming out from the building. Connecting. Okay, so let's see.
Locking gear.
We have about 1 minute left. We're gonna do nose right, tail left. And anything else we need to do? No, we have everything set up properly. So let's just see.
Release parking brakes, please.
I'm gonna close the main door. So it's the one here that we're using. And now we're just waiting for Pack X to say that they're ready.
Release parking brakes, please.
Yeah, we will, but you gotta wait, you gotta wait.
We're ready to go when you are.
Okay, parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
4003. with
Start at
32,
will.
Seattle. Our flight time will be roughly
We'll start
2
engine 3
hours.
first.
Please note the cabin door is now closed.
Values
Gas
are
engines
increasing,
ensure that
that's
all
good.
devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down.
Now we can see the engine here. Gonna raise the volume for myself, I like to hear the sounds. There we go. Engine 3 is a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for the 40.
Values are increasing.
Thank you for flying with us.
Let's see if we get all the EPRs, etc. values. Here we can start engine 2.
Aloha me ka hoʻokipuʻia ma luna nei. When you're here with us, you're in Hawaii. So please give us
Well, I don't feel like I'm in Hawaii, I feel like I'm in Portland. Not really the fanciest place on earth. No offense intended.
For your comfort and safety,
And that's
please
the
fasten
middle
your
one.
seatbelt. Insert the flat end into the buckle. Pull the strap to tighten. To release, lift the top portion of the buckle and pull away. Seatbelt should be worn low and tight. It is Hawaiian Airlines
Do we need to
policy that
enrich
you keep your
those
seatbelts
engines? Not
fastened
sure,
at all
not
times
sure.
for safety.
Let's do that.
The seatbelt sign is not illuminated.
Okay,
You can leave your
and now
seat
we're
if
starting this engine on the other wing.
Your compliance with the fasten seatbelt and no smoking signs posted
Yeah,
flat
let's
restricted
enrich.
delivery instructions is required.
We're still being pushed back. So yeah, we're gonna have to taxi all the way here and then to the back. It's gonna be a bit of a taxi session. Please have a beautiful aircraft for that. Looks pretty empty out here, not that much traffic. Very empty actually. Okay, we have a good engine start on all engines.
Please set parking brakes.
Let's go to the heading mode, so we have that activated.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
We have a good start on all engines.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Fuel is now being used on all engines. What's the fuel flow? Very low. So that's good. I think we can turn off the bleed. I'm gonna go this one.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Now we can stop the APU generally. We can put on the galley power. And we can turn off the master APU. They are disconnecting, so that's good. Runway turn off and taxi lights. We don't need logo, so that's fine.
We suggest that you secure your mask first and assist your child with an additional mask, making sure that it fits tightly to the face.
Hawaiian 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. Okay, let's see if we get the taxi clearance. And we got it.
4003 Aviran Wakewood
Yeah.
left taxi via taxiway speed
Okay, that
time
guy
to
is
Rebel
leaving.
Village.
Once he's
Short
off,
runway
we'll
to
get going.
Runway 28 left. Taxi via taxiways Kilo, Tango, Bravo, Bravo 8. Hold short runway 28 left Hawaiian 4003 Heavy.
Did we get any weird? Yeah, we got the... God damn it, why do they give us departure SIDS? Is it anything bad though? Or is it just a... No, it's nothing. Okay. We didn't get any bad SID actually this time, so we can do that. It's basically just straightforward. Okay, let's add thrust. We'll go flap 10.
Please check to see that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Your tray table is closed and
Now we
locked.
need more
And your
thrust.
seat back is
What
in its
about
full
the
upright position.
takeoff?
Make sure your headrest and video monitors are in
Maybe
the
that's
position
enough.
and your carry-ons are...
I think we're moving now.
We're in the overhead compartment.
For guests in our business or first class cabin, please ensure that your foot
Let's
and
have a look at the
leg rest
V1 gauge.
If you're seated next to a window, please raise your window shades.
5.7 is the recommended one. So we'll do 5.7.
Thank you very much for choosing to fly.
Flaps 10, we have that. EPR. Optimum EPR. That must be cruise, right?
The cabin is ready.
Aren't you supposed to be able to see the Optimum EPR for takeoff as well? Or maybe that's not cruise. Optimum EPR 152. Or 151. But we can put it a bit higher, 152. Okay, we're supposed to turn here. We can probably add a bit more thrust. It's a bit slow. Gonna be a lot of twisting and turning with this taxiing.
1347 at 1 south.
Mike 1347, 11 ground, runway 9 left at Mike 2, your way to 767. KSEA Tango, Mike, Dakota Mike 2.
Yeah, she's a beauty, this TriStar. Not maybe the most beautiful aircraft, but it has its kind of charm. Okay, we're gonna turn here. Then we're gonna turn again. It's just gonna be a lot of ping-ponging. Soon though we'll be able to be on a straight. And then I can start looking at the engine EPR values. Hopefully set those correctly. For the takeoff. Still looking good. We're gonna turn left here. We have a lot of Alaska airline plane here, so I guess this is really their hunting grounds. Well, I don't know, what would you call it? Hunting grounds? Breeding grounds? Guess doesn't matter. And 152, right? That's what we were looking at. 152 in terms of EPR. Let's turn a bit to the left here. Make sure we're on the yellow line. Talking about the weather, actually, we forgot to do a weather briefing. Should already have done also the approach briefing because it's such a short flight. But basically, the weather is looking like we have an overcast at 21,000. 7 degrees Celsius, 3020. So not too far off in the barometric, a bit lower than we got here. On the route, it doesn't look like we have icing warnings nor any thunderstorm warnings. We'll have a bit of a southeastern wind. No, sorry, northwestern wind. And yeah, I think that's about it. Now we're just taxiing, maybe a bit quickly. Let's though prepare with the, because we are landing at runway, let me check, 16 center. So the approach for 16 center is a localizer of 1117, no 1117, 1117, so we can put that in with a 164 course. So we can put that in, so we have that already, 164, 164, and we should hopefully soon get the tower handover. Nothing yet. Let's get 164, 164. And a minimum of 630, or actually 200 feet above. So we'll do 200 because we can't go above 500. Okay, let's see. We still haven't gotten any handover, but we'll get one soon. I'm gonna turn on the strobe and put on all the other lights. So we are prepared. Yeah, let's see, and we'll turn here. Hawaiian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
Hawaiian 4003 Air and wait to it left taxi via taxiway Bravo.
No, we were not supposed to taxi, it's takeoff.
Runway 28 left, taxi via taxiway Bravo 8. Hold short runway 28 left Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
There we go. Now they notice where we
Tower
were.
on 123.77 Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
Do we have any TCAS? Doesn't look like it though. Hawaiian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Was that clear enough? Yeah.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy winds are 274.
Let's hope we don't get those warning
Runway
zones.
28 left cleared for takeoff. Squawk 4224. Maintain runway heading until above 1,000 feet, then turn right to
In
heading
terms of
010
our
to
takeoff,
intercept
126, 128, 144. So 128 is the most important one to remember.
Maintain runway heading until above 1,000 feet, then right to 010
You can see the fuel
Hawaiian
decreasing.
4003 heavy.
Sad days. Let's see how that optimum cruise, how that's kind of set up. I'm hoping that's the optimum for the APR is the optimum for the takeoff, but let's see. A very nice takeoff over there as well. Okay, so let's start slamming this to the bottom. We are ready, we're taking off over 1,000 and then right to 010. Are we close to 152 yet? Taking its sweet time. Okay. Can we even get up to those levels? Doesn't look like it. Okay. We have Toga. V1. Rotate. That was fast. God damn. That was a rocket ship. Okay. Gears coming up. Looking pretty good. Okay, let's see. And we can actually put on this one already so we don't overspeed. We're above 1,000 feet, so we can start turning left to 0110.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Turn right to heading 345.
11,000 feet.
Contact Portland departure on 118.1.
I can turn a bit more.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Turn right to heading 345. Then direct to Cockpit.
I can turn off some of the lights.
18.1 Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
And look at that, already in the clouds.
Departure Hawaiian 4003 heavy climbing to 11,000 feet.
But yeah, looking pretty good.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy, good morning. Altimeter 3027.
Okay, let's continue turning.
Altimeter 3027 Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
3027, so a bit of an increase.
3 heavy climb and maintain 16,000 feet contact.
I can trim down a bit. It's a very kind of well-flying aircraft. It feels very different from any of these other heavies that I've flown. Climb and maintain 16,000.
Center
Okay.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy climbing to 16,000 feet.
16,000 feet.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy, good morning.
And we're starting to get up to the kind of cloud tops, so that's good to see. We can actually now arm the altitude. We'll go with autopilot on. And we think we can decrease a tiny bit our how much we're kind of climbing our ascension rate. So now we're following the INS or the Hawaiians. Yeah, look at this Rolls Royce and these big wings. Like I said in my last video, they really look beefy. Very kind of sturdy wings. Okay, we're climbing, it's looking good, we're on 0 flaps. We're above 10,000. We can put the seatbelt sign to off. But it won't be for long. We only have 120 nautical miles to go, so it's even shorter flight than yesterday. And we are climbing. We can speed up a bit, 290 knots. The EPR is at 151. Maybe it's cruise optimum EPR. For the landing, we'll use the VRF42. It's a bit weird though, I didn't get any of the sound effects for the V1, even though I think I pinpointed the gauge and everything correctly. So I'll have to have a look at that. At least we have though the calculations so we know when to take off, right? So that's good. And look at this. This is the True Earth Washington, I think, because we already flew past Oregon. And then the nice Rex active sky combination of clouds. Looking very good. It looks very realistic at this kind of levels. It's a bit too bright maybe, but and you don't really get the fluffiness feeling because it's just the 2D textures, but oh well, oh well. Okay, we're soon at Kuga. And you can see it. Wait, we want to do that one because we are coming up on it, right? You can see the increasing values. So Kuga, Krieg, and then we're on our way for hopefully getting a good vectoring, but let's see. I don't trust pilots to ADC anymore, but hopefully it will be good. And look at that, the huge mountain over there. That's always one of the things I really like about flying up here in Seattle, because you never see anything else because it's always cloudy here, or at least always when I fly. And we forgot actually to put on our weather radar, so that was a bit of a mistake. Wait, let me just check. Yeah, that should be on. There wasn't any warnings though of bad weather, so I guess we should be fine. Do both of these work? I guess they're connected. But yeah, it looks pretty fine. The engine is spinning as it should. We can increase our speed a bit. Let's have a look at, have they started serving or are they? Okay, and we're now at Kuga and we should be turning a bit to the left for our next waypoint, which is Krieg. So let's see, we are reaching Kuga very soon.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm with you the altitude restrictions in Georgia canceled.
As you can see, at 5.5 we're reaching it. 5.3, 5.5. Are we turning yet? Oh, it's basically the same. Okay, to be honest, it's not gonna be too much of a turn. It's like the track was 341 and then 337, so yeah, you're not really gonna notice that small little change. But after Krieg we're gonna be heading straight towards Seattle. And we are at the right altitude, so that's good. We are at Seattle control, so that's good. So after Krieg though, we should be experiencing a bit of a right turn. Gonna increase the speed a bit more. Doesn't hurt to fly fast. We're not cruising very fast. Maybe we can do 320. Hell, we can go 325 even. We're gonna push these engines to the limit, since we can do that. Anything else we need to prepare for? Maybe we can check the... Let me see, a missed approach. Climb on heading 160. To cross at 2.4, at or below 2000, and climb to 5000 on the VORTAC. Seems to be just kind of fine, I guess. Continuing straight. What's the altitude of the airport? It's at 430 feet, give or take. And we're gonna be at 7000 if we go with the radar. Let me just check the approach. Where do we start? We start at Bungene. So we'll already be a bit closer. What's pilot TDC recommending? 3200. Oh, sorry, not radar. Yinru, Hulto, Erika, Magnum, Anneville. Maybe Anneville changed name. How old is this? Approach chart. February 28th February 19. Okay. Okay, we're now turning, so that's good to see. So we're past Creek and we're now turning towards Seattle. Still haven't gotten any info on descending or anything like that. But we got the expect vectors, so that's good. We have about 30 minutes to go and 83 nautical miles.
To runway 16 right, Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
Let me now check this one. What's there? 56% clear. They might be able to do it though. Passengers are very satisfied, so that's good to hear. We can surprise them with an ahead of schedule.
We wanted to let you know that we were going to be arriving moderately ahead of schedule. We'll get you on the ground sooner than later.
Feels a bit cheating, but oh well. What else? What else? I don't think there's too much else, right? We don't have a cabin in this one, which is a bit sucky. It's a bit weird, the Captain Sim aircraft. They have like, kind of like different standards. It makes me feel like there might have been two different teams working on them. In terms of aircraft that seems to work the best, I'm not sure actually. This one might be it, but it doesn't have the same kind of system depth. A 767 would be the clear winner if the VNAV worked. Hell, none of their VNAVs work, so that's very annoying. Okay, we don't need these AC pumps actually. Should have turned that off earlier. Everything else is set correctly. Bit of a pack flow difference with the number 2 one. Let me have a look. What's that one? Well, they look to be flying pretty much similar. Similar values. Here we could of course I guess check. Oh, is this the DLC? Interesting. I was wondering if this was where you can check the elevators instead of working from the cockpit. There we have the nice mountain. We still haven't gotten anything new in terms of how we're supposed to be flying. We only have 66 nautical miles to go. And we're still at 16,000. I'm getting really tired of this flight ATC. Yes, we got it. We can trust it. We're gonna slow down.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, altimeter 3020,
280.
4003 heavy.
We're gonna go with the descent of 2,000 feet per minute. And so we are finally descending. It's not the best looking plane, this one though, so that's a bit of a... It is, I think, PBR'd, but it's PBR'd in like a very subtle way. Maybe it's a good way, actually, I'm not sure. My biggest fear is though that it's like PBR'd for P3 version 4. Sometimes they look a bit off, so I'm wondering if this one should get the PBR treatment. But I'm a bit afraid, you know, putting this into model converter, you get all these hiccups. One thing also, I think this is the S duct for the third engine, right? So if you know the DC-10, it's a bit different, right? It's not, doesn't go down like this, it's just an engine. And I think most 3 engine setups have this S duct. So it seems like this is the most popular choice of a 3 engine aircraft. Okay, so we are descending, looking pretty good down there, I think. But let's see once we get closer down. Doesn't seem like we have anything on our weather radar. I've heard the Captain Sim ones only show kind of like clouds, so might not be worth even checking that, but oh well. Who knows? Okay, 56 nautical miles to go. I'm gonna check what active skies tell us now. 2,200 feet, should be fine. I hope at least. 320. Yeah, we did get the new up info from them, so we should change our altimeters to 320. 320.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy descent and maintain 5,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,500 feet Hawaiian 4003 heavy.
5,500 feet. Descend and maintain. Okay, so I'm gonna do 10,000. We're gonna arm that one first, because I wanna get us slowed down to 245 knots. Or I'm hoping at least we can a bit arrest our descent. Hopefully that will help us slow down a bit. Okay, so 10,000 feet. And then we're supposed to descend to 5,500. We haven't yet gotten any headings though, so that's something to... Okay, we can go to 5,500. We can arm that. We can do vertical. We can descend with that maybe. We'll do the landing lights. We can see them, quite strong lights. And what else? Not much else. Let's try to do a better landing this time, try to get on the thresholds, but yeah, I'm not too convinced we're gonna be able to do that, but here's to hoping. Okay, we still haven't gotten any clearances. We can, I think, descend a bit faster. Maybe we can slow down also a tiny bit. I think it's slowed in the city beneath us. We can't see it with the clouds, but that's probably the stuttering. It's quite a big city, Seattle. Or it's very spread out at least, so it's kind of, you know, takes some time to load up all these different tiles or whatever you want to call them, areas. Okay, still descending. Probably not a mega rush. They didn't really say how much they wanted us to descend though. Maybe it's better to descend a bit quicker than slower. 1.5 I think we should be able to do. You can still see the mountain tops, or the mountain top. I'm pretty sure, isn't there 2? But maybe the other one is a bit lower. We're starting now to get down into the to the cloud layers. Okay, 7,000 feet, still looking good. We have it armed at 5,500. Question is, will we get the vectoring? We still haven't been handed over to approach. So that does worry me a bit. I'm gonna slow down to 230. I'm gonna increase a bit our descent rate. We only have 1000 to go now. I'm gonna open up the approach. Okay, I still think we should be able to do this, but let's see. Maybe we don't want to fly that slow actually. I do want to get to our destination today, not tomorrow.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy contact Seattle approach on 133.
Okay, we're getting the approach clearance or the approach handover.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy. Approach Hawaiian 4003 heavy level at 5,500 feet.
Hawaiian 4003 heavy, good morning.
Okay. Let's see. Still haven't gotten any further vectoring, so we'll just continue flying. Can we see anything on the outside? No, we're just flying through the clouds. What was it, 16 center, right, we're landing on? So they have 3 kind of parallel runways. And let's see if we're getting anything in terms of approach. Still nothing. I'm gonna slow down a bit though now. I think it's time. 230 should be fine. Should give us more time to prep for everything. We can also put on all our lights. Seatbelt sign. I think it's time for... Oh yeah, the seatbelt sign's already with PACX. It's already been set up. Are we getting anything? Nothing. No approach. Nothing. Would be nice if they could give us some clearance to something. We're basically gonna be overflying the airport at this rate. And we can basically now go to a heading of 236 instead. We don't have to fly with the INS anymore. And are we getting anything? Still nothing. I'm gonna wait. Once we're above land again, I'm gonna give it myself, because we're not gonna get these heading clearances otherwise. Okay, it's time to start turning, I think. Oh, now we're getting it. Finally. No, clear. We need vectoring. I hate this goddamn pilot ADC. Goddamn.
And maintain 3,200 feet. Cleared direct Bugny, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway
I can't
16
fly
right
Bugny because I don't have. Let me check.
Maintain 3,200 feet. Cleared direct Bugny, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 16 right.
I don't know why they have an option to fly, like why they. I have vector, but then they just don't care. We're gonna have to turn a lot more, and I'm gonna slow down. So I'm gonna follow the pilot to ADC plan that I'm supposed to be on. We'll turn to 300. We'll start descending to 3,200 feet. We'll arm that. And we'll start descending around 1,000. Now I need to check. It feels like cheating, right? That's also an annoying bug that you have with some of these older airports. You can see it here as well. It's basically that they are showing through the clouds. I think they'll do the same even with volumetric, so that's just an unfortunate. You can fix that yourself, so I just haven't bothered. You have to change the alpha channel. It's a bit of a nuisance. Okay, heading 320.
Turn left heading 300, intercept localizer, descend and maintain 2,100.
Maybe that's too much. 360, basically I'm just trying to follow the thing we're supposed to be getting in terms of vectoring instead of getting a direct to Bungni. I'm not saying it wouldn't have worked, but yeah, I mean, we need to get vectoring, right? We can't land ourselves. But as we think about that, look at this beautiful. This looks very much similar to, let's say, Sweden and Finland, kind of the archipelago, which is very beautiful. We're still descending, looking pretty good. Heading 320. So we're just gonna go for a bit, and then we're gonna start turning back. You can see the DME. It's a bit low, 8 nautical miles to make the turn. It'll be a bit tight. We're soon at the right altitude though, so that's good. 3,200. Now we can turn some more. 323. And we can very shortly start making the turn towards Bungni. Okay, and we should now be on altitude, so this should be decreasing quite a bit. So we maintain 3,200. Can't really see anything due to the cloud layer, but that's fine. We don't have any auto brakes. At least not that I can see. And we can start turning a bit more. We can start, so we're kind of flying parallel with the localizer. We're gonna wait with putting on the approach mode still a bit. Okay, we're turning, it's looking pretty good. I can now do a bit more intense, something like this should be good enough. Because we're gonna wanna fly for a while, right? And then now we're gonna get closer, and then we need to make a more abrupt change to around 130 maybe. 140 even. Just to make sure we get on the localizer. Now we're at around 14 nautical miles from the DME. We have the same on both of them, since both are on the same VR, same channel, etc. Still don't need to. Can we see anything on the outside? We're basically flying in the clouds. Okay, and now I think we are ready to start the more crazy turn. And we're also simultaneously going to slow down a tiny bit. I'm going to increase the turn very shortly. We're going to do 125. Can't really see anything, we're basically flying blind. It helps a bit, of course, the Pilot ADC is showing exactly where we're at, so we can make sure we line up correctly. And if we're going 164, we want to do 1-4 heading at least. That should get us on the localizer. There's no rush though yet to maybe we can turn, maybe we can have a 20-degree difference. And we can arm the approach very shortly. Very shortly, just seeing if we see anything from the localizer yet. Nothing. 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 Is it moving? Nothing yet.
2576, contact the tower, 118.5. Yep.
Maybe we can turn a bit more. We have about 12 nautical miles to go. Any movement from the VR? There we go, we see movement. I'm gonna put in approach mode. So we have the localizer. We have the glide slope coming down as well. We'll go slats. And we can already start going for flaps 10. And let's have a look at what our V1 is saying. 128, so quite a low speed for landing. Quite different from the DC-10 if you think about that. Okay, we'll go flaps 18. I'm gonna put the gears down. And we can really start slowing down, I realized. Let's do 140. I'm gonna do 22, flaps 22. It's a bit crazy how quickly it slows down this aircraft. I feel that's a bit unrealistic. Yeah, now we're in alpha. Okay, let's increase the flaps. We can go flaps full already. Okay, let's go to manual. Okay, I guess that's the outer marker, right? We can increase the speed a bit. We are descending. Is this the Boeing field, right? One of them? The 737, right? Oh. Okay, let's see. We'll throttle back a bit. We're still flying autopilot, right? Yeah, it looks like we are. It's crazy, this this airplane trying to land it. It's a roller coaster. Okay, still looking pretty good. Let's get to around 700. Then we'll take manual control. I'm gonna add a bit of thrust. Okay, let's see now. Are we on the right? Looks pretty good. Runway in sight. We're not yet at minimums. Manual control. Okay, let's see. Still looking pretty okay. I'm gonna troll down. We don't want to end up too high, which we will do if this continues. Okay, let's pitch up. Okay, we got down. pretty okay. Not my best landing either. It's so hard to do this one. It has a tendency to go very
heavy, be advised,
low.
you may have landed on the wrong runway.
Whoa, don't be rude like that. We're on the right runway. Oh no, we're not. Oh god. Sorry about that, guys. We're supposed to land at 16 right. No, 16 center. What the hell? Why did we get... They changed the ILS one. Okay, okay, I see. I see. We followed the right one from our flight plan, but apparently they... Of course, the ATC has the right to change that. So we should land at 16 right. How did it change, or why did we get the secondary? Yeah, I don't know why we got a difference. I'm gonna blame... Flight ATC didn't work anyway, right? It's not our fault. Nah, but I should have listened to the ATC there. Didn't make a difference, right? Since they really didn't even hand us over to tower, so... Or maybe it was our responsibility to say that we were ready to be handed over, but oh well. Stupid mistakes. Let's do master power on for the APU. It was okay still though. At least there was no one else taking off or similar that we would have crashed into. I'm not gonna talk to Pilot ATC, I closed it now. We're just gonna park somewhere and watch the replay. But nice to see. Okay, we've now gotten 2 pretty okay landings. We're getting better with this plane, so let's hope we can fly a bit more with it in the future or coming weeks. I really want to understand the DLS system, but I feel like, you know, once you start understanding, then you're basically playing catch up with the throttle. Oh, and look at this. I need to have a look at that. I thought I fixed all of these weird placements, 'cause I think those are the normal or normal, but like the exclusion isn't working. I think that might be the case. So let's turn a bit here. We can turn off a lot of these lights so it doesn't light up everything. And where should we park? That's the $1,000,000 question. I think those should be some of the bigger ones, so we're just gonna pick one of those. Actually, I'm just gonna put the lights on, not to light everything up, but just for the landing, right? Similar to us, you know, I'll do with the flaps, right? We'll go flaps full, even though there's really no need for it, but you would want to have them up, at least normally, but I just want to have them so it looks a bit nicer on the replay. Okay, this doesn't look like any heavy parkings. Maybe they were a bit further. Yeah, it looks like those are the heavy ones. But we're just gonna borrow this one quickly. Looks like we'll have space here. Let me just check, did we get the APU started? No, we only got the master one. So let's put the start on. Look at this, we're making this work. Yeah, come on. Now this is what I call being a good captain. Okay, Seattle, here we go. Let's have a look. APU is almost ready. We can go... Oh, we don't want to open that one. We can go off on these ones. And then the bleed. And then we can shut down engine 3, 2 and 1. So even though we parked a bit wrong, it's fine. And we can open the front door. We can also do seatbelt signs off. And now we have the deboarding, so let's have a look. 465, okay, so a bit of a heavy landing. It's not as good as I had hoped. but this is a tricky aircraft to land with. It's the hardest one. No, the hardest one is the V Skylabs DC-3. That one is awful. I've never been able to do a good landing. Or once. I was once able to do a good landing, but it's just I have a hard time landing that one. But yeah, this one is also tricky. Okay, let's see now. So we were coming down. It's very pretty, the area here. Oh, and there's the city, right? So the city is even north of the airport. As you can see, it's a bit raised up the ground, it looks like, or maybe that's... No, it is actually. That's pretty cool. Very cool approach actually in that regard. So we're coming in a bit high, then we try to pitch down a bit. It's so hard to keep that. I don't feel the autopilot is even doing a good job either. Then we pitch up. We land. Pretty okay. Didn't feel that hard. And then we get the thrust reversers, etc. And let's just have a look quickly again. Actually, I just want to see the inside. Just to try and assess the landing rate. Because I usually, you should look down at it a bit later, right? After you landed, and then it looks better. So can we see the landing rate? Or maybe we can't actually. Okay, so that's a bit bummer, nothing is working here. Yeah, okay, so maybe it was a bit hard. I think the G effects probably would have been quite okay, right? That's gonna be the explanation. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, another one with the Captain Sim Lockheed TriStar. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and otherwise, until next time, bye bye.